Well, hey there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Morning Brunch. I'm Caleb here with Kelley and Kayla and Melissa, and we're here to talk about some of the things that caught our eye maybe this week or recently that we want to spend a little more time giving our 2 cents on.
Yes, and you know, I've had the time of my life with you guys here on the couch,
Aw,
but
that's sweet.
there's another place where you can have the time of your life or put baby in a corner, although nobody puts baby in a corner.
Okay.
That's right. That's
Take
right.
a look. The Mountain Lake Lodge, which served as the setting for the 1987 hit movie Dirty Dancing, is officially an historic site. The former Kellerman Resort in Pembroke, Virginia, was just added to the list of historic hotels of America. The first version of the lodge was built in 1851 and has been expanded and renovated since then. And as Dirty Dancing approaches its 40th anniversary, the hotel is working closely with Lionsgate Movie Studio to plan a huge celebration. And I've actually been there. I've been to this lodge and hotel. They have a Dirty Dancing festival.
Okay.
And so these are pictures. So my fiance and I, we went, he took me there, and they have like the watermelon races, and they do dance lessons there and everything. They have old cars out front.
Look at you.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And what we did before this though, so back when we were doing Dancing with the Stars, he was my partner. And when we were doing Dancing with the Stars, we did a couple promotional photos of Dirty Dancing. That's not what we danced to. That is not what we danced to for Dancing with the Stars, but that's
Now,
what we
share
did.
as much as you want
Yeah.
to, but this picture,
I
seems
was
like
about
you
to
guys
say.
got real friendly there. And you were not engaged at this
No,
point. Were you all dating at that point?
We weren't even dating at that point. I was nervous in that picture.
Really?
I was super nervous, yeah, because unknowingly I liked him, but I didn't think I did, and so.
I'll say, I feel like you all
Yeah.
compliment each other pretty well, though. In
We
that
do.
picture, it seems,
We do.
and look how it all ended
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, like at first sight.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. So this is a beautiful Halloween costume too. It could be. Like
It
with
could be.
Halloween coming up.
It
that
could be.
looks great.
It could be a good Halloween costume because we have all the parts for it.
Yeah, exactly. And did you take those dance lessons when you were at the resort?
So yeah, we did, and they had it on the front lawn, kind of like Dirty Dancing. And so for about 2 hours, you could engage in some of the different lessons. So they did like a cha-cha and a salsa, and but he already knows because he's a ballroom professional. So
Okay.
you know, like I'm the one that doesn't know. You know, I'm the one that doesn't know ballroom dancing.
That's-
So did you practice the lift? Did they have like a special lesson on the lift?
They did not because, you know, I mean, you know, workman's comp, I guess, there. So we did not
They
do
don't
the
want the
lift. They don't want
liability.
anybody hurt. So to be continued. We might try the lift at some point.
Yeah.
But,
Okay,
you know.
well, we're going to be
Yeah.
patiently waiting.
Okay.
If you do the lift, you know we need
We're going to do
evidence.
it live on the morning brunch.
On 2 News
Today.
today. It's going to be great. Can't wait. All right, what we got next, Kayla?
All right, so coming up, like we just talked about, Halloween is around the corner, so you might want to get your costume together. Google Trends published this year's 2025 Frightgeist, showcasing the most searched costume ideas for the season. Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters are dominating the search engine this month. Also trending, Chicken Jockey from the Minecraft movie universe, as well as characters from the upcoming Wicked sequel. Cracking the top 5, Labubu dolls and the Padme from Star Wars. A big surprise on the list, the Lorax from Dr. Seuss is in the top 10, which I said this weekend, I love the Lorax.
I think they're
it's
very
such
funny as
a
well.
funny movie. So if I see any Loraxes, it's a 10 out of 10. If I see any Oncelers, it's a 10 out of 10. Even the truffle of trees, you get a gold star from me. I love it.
But the question is, what are you going as?
That is the best question, and the one I don't have an answer to. I am so last minute when it comes to Halloween costumes, honestly. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
What would be a good Halloween costume? Like, throw out some ideas. I don't know if I really love those ideas that I just read.
I don't like the ones that are trending. I want to be something that's unusual that nobody else is. So I like to plan ones, and I like to plan the ones where people don't recognize me. People have no idea who I am.
Until you tell them yes.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
skull,
So the
with
one year,
when you went as the skull,
Yes.
the skeleton,
Yes.
you were all, you couldn't even tell
No.
that was you at all.
no. So I showed up to a party one year and I was a skeleton. And so I had a bodysuit and I had a white wig. I did my makeup and everything. And I showed up and there were a bunch of Channel 2 people. people didn't even recognize me.
Really?
Channel 2 people didn't even recognize me, and they start talking. They're like, "Oh my gosh!"
But
Kelley."
you said you love Halloween.
I love
you
Halloween.
go hard.
I love
for
Halloween. Yeah. Cheshire Cat was another one of my
It. You
favorites.
did mention that one.
Yeah,
that sounds
so I
good.
painted my face pink, and then I had a bodysuit, and then little cat ears.
For the next episode of Morning Brunch, we're gonna bring some of our former Halloween costume photos.
Oh, okay.
So we
I
can
was
show.
like,
Not to put them on. Bring them so we can show, because I have a couple that I'm thinking about
Okay.
that were good ones from years past. That I
I
might
love
have
that
to.
idea.
Okay, yeah, we
Yeah.
can definitely look
It'll be
forward
good.
to that.
Do you have a costume this year, Melissa?
No.
No. Okay. Will you be dressing up? No.
Oh, she's handing out the
She's
candy.
handing
No,
out
not just the candy. The good
good
candy.
candy.
Melissa's house on the block is like everybody wants to
Yeah.
go there. She got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Melissa's address is
No. I'm glad you guys don't know where I live either.
Because then like, you would have more people than you bargained for up on your front door.
We get a lot of kids at my house, I'll say that.
All right. Well, we're into the Burr months, as Grace so eloquently put it one day, and I've now coined the phrase. And if you're planning on hopping on a plane this holiday season, you might want to book that flight now. Yeah, Google says for Thanksgiving, the lowest prices were found to be 35 days before departure, which is about right now. As for Christmas, find the lowest price tickets 51 days before departure, with Google recommending booking between mid-October and mid-November. For international travel, book early 49 days before departure. That's according to one report. And Google says the most expensive day to book flights is on a Sunday, with Tuesdays being the cheapest. I would concur that Sundays are very expensive and Tuesdays are the cheapest. I also tell people, if you find a good deal, just book it. You may not be able to get it back. Some airlines have a fare lock where you pay a couple dollars and you can hold it for up to a week. Maybe do that. I booked my Thanksgiving travel back to California maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Already?
I saw a good
Whoa.
deal, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to
Yeah.
pass it up, and so I
Yeah.
went ahead and just got it done.
That
Well,
makes sense.
Yeah, and if you want to fly to Europe, usually their sales for Europe is early December for next summer.
Oh, so you're about 6-7
it's-
months out.
Yeah, so like I remember because we went to Europe this
Yeah.
past summer, so it was like December 4th or December 6th, I think it was. That's the cheapest to go to Europe. So there's like a big day for that, and it's like everybody books their tickets for Europe for next
Okay.
summer then. So that one doesn't quite
Yeah.
fall into that category.
Right. I went to Europe this summer too, and I think I bought my flight in December of last
Yeah.
year too.
Yeah.
So now that you say that, I'm like, maybe like.
Now we just let the cat out of the
Yeah.
bag, so
Yeah.
everybody knows about it. But there, but there is
Yeah. Now it's not gonna be
Tickets
cheap.
are not going to
Yeah.
be cheap anymore. I think the biggest thing of all, though, you just have to plan ahead, truly,
Yeah.
because if you wait till the last minute, you're going to be paying the price for
I'm
it.
a last minute person.
Yeah.
I
Me
can't.
too.
My fiance is not, which is great.
Yeah, see,
Because I'm not a planner.
Booking tickets, I can book late, last minute sometimes, but the airport process, I got to get to the airport early. I do have pre-check though, so that helps, curb some of the anxiety. Never missed a flight. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Hope that doesn't happen.
Hold on. I'll knock on it.
Yeah, look, thank you.
Knock on wood.
There you go.
So hopefully it doesn't happen anytime soon, but we'll see. Holiday travel is always an experience, especially in the midst of everything happening in the world right now. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out. I will definitely let you all know.
I mean, I'm the opposite. I get to the airport like right before the
No.
flight takes
Oh,
off.
I don't do that.
I'm the worst.
No.
I know.
No, that.
But I don't like to sit at the airport for hours and hours.
Have you missed a flight before?
No.
Really?
Knock on wood again, Kelley.
Yeah,
but no.
I'll do it this time. Look, knock on wood for you. There you
No,
go.
I haven't yet.
And that's
So-
a TikTok trend or something like that too, where everyone's
There
going
was,
everyone's
At the
going
last
at the very
minute.
last
I
second
To see
there.
how close
How
they could cut it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a trendy person, but I have been doing that for a while. It's not good.
No.
Well, speaking of flying, one airline is taking the heat on social media after announcing reclining your seat is now considered an upgrade. Canadian budget airline WestJet says that it's reconfiguring seats on the new Boeing planes to offer a modern cabin experience with new options. Economy seats now have a fixed recline design to help passengers preserve personal space. Upgrading to recline could cost you up to $100 each way.
Whoa.
Which is crazy.
That is
to me.
crazy.
That is
awful.
insane.
I don't even think it makes that much of a difference
doesn't.
when
It
you do
doesn't.
No.
recline. So it's not worth it.
Yeah, you can't go that far back.
No.
I think
The thing is, it's like, if they're fixing the seats
Yeah.
at a slight
Yeah.
recline, is that the same amount as if you're paying $100, or is it going to go further back?
Right.
So,
No.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm like, what?
And
what
it
is-
only
what's
can
going
go
on?
so far
I know,
back.
yeah,
So
I
at
know.
that point, you're paying.
It's not worth
It just gets the people
Not
mad
worth it.
behind you, I think, a lot of times. Now, I
Yeah.
will say, when I did go to Europe, almost everybody did recline their seats.
That's a long. How long were you on the plane for?
Like
8
8
hours.
hours,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
yeah,
at some
8
point
hours.
you'd hope.
And that was kind of tough, especially being in coach. That was cramped. But that was the time I did recline, but normally I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I
I
see
don't
people
either.
like women, not Kelly, like they put their hair over the seat and everything,
Oh, I don't
and
do
then
that.
they then they recline.
I don't want
And it's
anybody-
like I'm like
No,
I'm like
I-
what are people doing?
Yeah.
Like,
First of all, I would be worried because I don't want anybody touching my hair.
exactly.
Sure.
I
So
know.
I don't want my hair in the back of me. So yeah, no.
No,
I'm not doing that.
no.
This is crazy. There's been a lot that's changed with the airlines, with Southwest, now with the non-free checked bags, and we have these different. It's a lot of things. It seems like they're just trying to get some more money. It seems. Which, I mean, can you blame them?
Yeah, but it seems
I
like
mean, we can.
yeah,
But we have
can.
to
We
pay.
totally
We have to
can.
pay for it still. I have a United credit card, and it's one of the best things that I have purchased recently because United flies direct from Columbus to San Francisco. So I'll go on that route when I go home, and then I get free checked bags because I'm a Premier Plus or whatever it's called member. So I think that's been a good
That's
investment.
nice. Yeah, that's nice. Except.
But now
the
you're
rest
going to
of
have to
us
see if you can recline for free too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You with the long
Yeah.
legs there, you know.
United had me mad because I was on a flight back and there's Wi-Fi on the plane, and normally you can stream on some of their planes, but of course this one plane, and it was the night of the Oregon Penn State game.
Oh.
I could not stream on that
Dang.
flight, and I sat on that 4.5-hour flight in the midst of great football games,
Yeah.
and couldn't watch a single thing.
I have some beef with United. We won't go into it right now.
Oh, I do remember,
I have a lot of beef with United.
yeah, airlines. It's
That's
just
why I fly
it's a
Delta.
necessary evil.
I'm not trying to push Delta, but that's what I fly. So.
The more you know. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with a look at some more stories that caught our eye on this edition of the Morning Brunch. Welcome back to the Morning Brunch. This story I wanted to talk about because I got a little confused this morning when we were all going back and forth about it. A new study revealed which diner chain is America's favorite. It turns out that IHOP is actually the most searched in the United States. That's according to a new report by the financial institution Coventry Direct. The report says it analyzed Google data of diner dishes and chains from the past years, and IHOP was the most searched chain in 17 states. But Ohio's not one of them. Take a guess at what ours is. If you said that our top spot is our very own Bob Evans, you would be correct. Correct. West Virginia was the other state that also was the most searched for Bob Evans. I was telling Kelley and Melissa this morning, Kayla, I said, I'm surprised that Denny's is not on this list. So then Kelley goes,
Denny's
is
closed.
closed. And so
Here.
I'm thinking,
Denny's closed here.
I'm thinking Denny's went bankrupt. And I'm like, say it's not so.
Denny's closed
That
here.
is
Here.
so funny.
Denny's did not go bankrupt.
No.
Denny's is just not here.
Oh,
The
so they
location,
almost
yes.
sent you into
Yes.
a panic attack
He
over
already
Denny's.
he was in a
I
panic
did.
attack.
I went and Googled it on that
my
break
goodness.
because I was like, did I miss something? Like, where have I been? I try to stay up to date on all
Yeah.
the things.
I
I
have
grew
never been to
up on Denny's, so it definitely would have taken me aback for a second.
I've never been there.
Really?
I've literally never been there. I'm not surprised by Bob Evans. I do love a good Bob
Yeah.
Evans.
Bob Evans
but
is good.
That's because I'm from Ohio, I feel like. So if you're from Ohio, you gotta love
Yeah.
Bob
It's a
Evans.
staple.
Yeah.
But what do you get from Denny's?
Oh, they have a Grand Slam breakfast.
yeah.
Oh, this is a throwback.
That's what they're
right
known
here.
for.
That is, yeah.
That is exactly
Okay.
what they're known for. They were all over Chicago growing up, and they're still in Wisconsin at least. So I know.
In my mind, Waffle House and Denny's are synonymous. They're kind of same, but different in terms of use. I think it's just the more like you sit down, and when you go to it's a chain restaurant, so you go to one, you can go to another one, and it's kind of the same experience.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Are we more IHOP people or are we more Waffle House people? Because I feel like those ones are the pancakes versus waffles. You know what I mean?
I would choose Waffle House.
I would choose neither.
What would you choose?
I want a local diner.
Well,
I want
we
something
had this
that's like
conversation this
local,
morning.
you know?
Which we love.
First
yeah.
Watch.
Yeah. Well, that's not local, but
Yeah,
like,
those are chains.
yeah, those are chains.
Oh,
too.
you mean I get what you're
I would choose. I've been to a diner in Cincinnati. It's called Sugar and Spice, and it's a local diner. It's very cute. I would
cute.
recommend it.
Okay, what about you? IHOP or
I'm
Waffle
not,
House?
I'm not a breakfast
Neither?
person. No, I'm
Okay,
not.
well, I guess Waffle House wins. Because I know Waffle House too.
Well, the question is, are you guys coffee people? I know Melissa's not.
Yeah, no.
I'm tea.
And you're tea.
Decaf.
Decaf. Okay, so I'm the only coffee drinker here. But if you are a coffee drinker and you need a good pick-me-up, the internet's latest craze could be what you're looking for. So people are adding not sugar, but salt to their morning coffee. Users say it cuts the bitterness and actually enhances the natural sweetness without having to add sugar. They suggest adding a pinch of salt to your coffee grounds before brewing and then mixing in a few drops of salt solution or just stirring in a pinch directly into your brewed cup. Food scientists say this actually works to balance the flavor when used in moderation. So I don't mind black coffee. I love black coffee, and that's how I drink it every morning, probably because I'm lazy, and that's the easiest way to drink it is just black. Brew it black, and that's it. So I don't add cream, I don't add sugar, I don't add anything.
And I heard you talking to Emily
Yes.
from Living Dayton earlier today,
Yeah.
and she was telling you that she grew up on this.
She grew up on adding salt. So she said she went to her grandparents' house and that's what they would do. They would add salt to coffee, and she said it actually works. It's pretty good. And then she gave me a hack that she's heard people putting lemon juice in
I did
coffee.
hear
A
her
little,
mention that.
yeah, squeezing a lemon into coffee. I would be willing to do that too.
All
Yeah.
I have to say is, if you hand me a cup of black coffee with salt in it, I'm never trusting you again.
Wait, what if
Ever.
you don't know?
I was
though?
saying, how would you know?
You
No,
don't,
I'm saying if I take a sip of that coffee and it's black with salt in it,
you wouldn't know though.
You would know.
You wouldn't
Maybe-
know that
maybe
salt
you
in
would-
it.
think
maybe
you
you-
would taste the salt in
No,
it?
they say you don't taste
It's,
the salt.
it's just a dash.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not you're pouring the
enough that you
whole
would
salt
know.
can into it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't understand that from that read. I'm thinking
It's just a pinch.
I'm
it's
like,
just a dash.
what?
Yeah.
Why are people drinking salty
Yeah.
coffee?
No,
Okay,
just
so
a
it's
dash.
not like that.
It's apparently it adds to the flavor. The flavor enhances.
Kelly says she's going to try it
I
and
will
let
try
us
it.
know.
I'll let
Okay,
you know.
Yeah.
Although
You
it
do
doesn't
the
really help
experiment.
because none of you are coffee drinkers, so I guess it doesn't really help.
No,
But
not
I'm
yet at
interested
least.
now. I would like to know, yes.
Well, speaking of salt, a lot of times you see them on peanuts, of course, and we are seeing big changes in the allergy world a decade after a study proved that feeding peanuts to young babies could prevent life-threatening allergies. About 60,000 children don't have the allergy.
Wow.
That's a lot. And researchers found that peanut allergies in children ages 0 to 3 declined by more than 27% after guidance for high-risk kids was first issued in 2015, and by more than 40% after the recommendations were expanded in 2017. Right now, overall increase in food allergies in the U.S. has not been reduced. So we have a food allergy in my family. We have a peanut allergy, completely changed our life. And the other part of that story that we had said earlier in the newscast was that now eggs is number one. We started with the egg allergy. So we found out with the egg allergy, then we moved on to the peanut allergy by a test, and it turned out to be true. But the egg allergy got grown out of, which was good, but the peanut allergy has stayed. So this is like really important, especially around this time of the year with Halloween and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Because the one thing that a lot of folks don't know, they're going to say, oh, here's a Hershey bar for you. This doesn't have peanuts in it. But the problem with that most people don't realize is that they didn't read the labeling on the package, and most of that candy is made in a facility with nuts. So it's
And
like
cross-contamination.
cross-contamination.
Oil or
Yeah,
something.
well, it's usually with
Yeah.
other peanuts, and it's run on another line. So a lot of that candy, even though it doesn't physically have nuts in it, it's still run on the same line. So a lot of kids will just say no, and they can't have it. Now, some kids are willing to you eat some food that's cross-contaminated, but
It's always a risk.
it's always a risk. And
Yeah.
if you don't carry an EpiPen with you, you know, you just never know
You
when
run the risk.
you run the risk every
I
time.
have a sister with a peanut allergy, and we've talked a lot about this. But even restaurants, the stuff that is
Oh,
made
yeah.
in peanut oil, you have to ask because you just may not know, and so you always want to be cognizant of it. I do have another cousin, and they did a study similar to this one where they were slowly exposed to peanuts over time, and they grew out of their peanut allergy.
Well, we did that study for 10 years, and we're still with the peanut allergy.
Really? Wow.
But eating peanuts every day, but I will not cook with it. I will not contaminate my pots, pans, or anything, because when we got it, I cleared it out. I do not keep it in the house, except for the eating.
Oh, it must be like a case-to-case
It
basis
is,
type
it
of
is.
thing.
It's really tricky.
Okay, well, with Halloween less than 3 weeks away, and talking a little bit about those allergies, parents are preparing for the ultimate heist. So if your kid has allergies, you might be one of these people doing this. The new survey finds 1 in 4 parents hide their children's Halloween candy so that they can eat it for themselves. 30% of parents admit they impose a candy tax for taking their kids out trick-or-treating. And 90% of parents say they go through their kids' candy just to make sure it's safe, is what they're saying. But most still confess to taking pieces while they do. Non-parents are just as guilty. A third of Americans admit to buying candy to hand out on Halloween, but eat it themselves before the kids even come knocking. Wow. Well, I don't find anything wrong with this, honestly.
You think the tax is duly obliged?
I do. I mean, I feel like if I were a parent, I'm the older sister, and when I used to take my little brothers trick-or-treating, I would absolutely be taking their candy and the ones that I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's also what siblings do with each other, you know, when you're an older sibling.
I did the same thing.
I did not. I didn't have to. I was an only child.
So you had it all. Did your,
I
did
had
your
the
parents
candy
impose the
turtle.
tax?
They probably ate some of my candy,
And
and
you were
I
like,
didn't
I
know.
didn't even know.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. You're not going to finish all that yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat all of
You're not
it.
gonna
Yeah.
eat it all.
Yeah.
So since you have kids,
Yeah.
have you ever done this?
I will take, like, if they don't like something.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I've done it. And then, like, I was telling you over the weekend, another good idea to take with the candy that's left over is, like, you could use it for making gingerbread houses
You
and
did
stuff.
say that.
Yeah.
So that might be something that's kind of fun to do with that, but I'm not really much into taking their candy because I buy way too much candy. I buy
Yeah.
extra for everybody to eat in addition to that candy.
Yeah.
And this is why people come to your house to trick or treat because
I
they're
have
like,
everything
"Yeah,
at my
hook it up."
house. I cover it all. I have
Right.
the full-size bars. I have non-candy items. I'm all out for
You
it.
have a variety. She's like, what type of candy
Yeah,
would you
no,
like?
no, that is my
She
house.
has a spread. She has the whole buffet. Again,
Yes.
Melissa's address
Melissa has a fan club out that she doesn't even know about yet. But in terms of Halloween events happening this weekend, the Village of Eden is actually holding their Beggars Night this Saturday. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. You can get your kids ready for some shopping and scaring at the Greentown Center. The mall is going to be holding their trick-or-treat this Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m.
And the City of Dayton Rec Center celebrating its annual Fall Harvest Festival. It's this Saturday, October 25th. That's between 2 and 6 p.m. at Kettering Field. There will be a kids area, music, a pumpkin patch, hayride, and so much more. All are encouraged to bring a trick-or-treat bag along with candy. At 4 p.m., kids 12 and younger can compete in a costume contest, so get your best dressed on. That event is free.
That'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
And calling all of our breakfast lovers out there, the Centerville Rotary Club is holding a pancake day this Saturday, October 25th. It starts at 7 in the morning, goes until noon at Centerville High School. Pancake Day helps raise money for scholarships for Centerville and Washington Township students. Lots of things going on this weekend. Now we're going to hope the weather cooperates accordingly, Melissa.
Yeah.
Low chance of rain this weekend, but it won't be quite as cold as it will be tomorrow and Wednesday. We're looking at definitely some chilly air, but you know what? By Friday, we're possibly looking at our first frost of the season, so get ready.
Oh, no.
Caleb with his beanie.
The beanie is
You've
coming
already
out.
brought it out.
I did.
You've already brought
Let
it
me go
out.
find my gloves. Let me find my
Yep.
scarf too.
Yeah, well, you know, we're just kind of on that slow decline here.
Yeah, but we're soaking in. This is the fun fall weather,
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
like, because it's not too cold just yet. You can grab a jacket, maybe in a lighter coat. You'll be fine out
And
there.
you know what? We've been so spoiled this fall.
We
It's
have
been
been.
hot, and then it went to 70s, and then we really haven't had the super cold or anything yet. But I always worry about paying for it later because it was so nice out.
We know January, February, and March are
Yeah,
on the horizon.
that's what happened last year. So
Yeah.
We sure did
That is
remember.
why I don't complain when it's 90 degrees.
No,
exactly.
I
you
don't
just,
either.
Jay,
Yeah.
you just take it as it comes.
Yep, you sure do. Well, thanks so much for joining us on the morning brunch. We will be back next time, maybe all bundled up. Who knows at this point? We'll be back next time. Join us again.